Hey everyone, we're out in the garage. I got my saw, got some wood, and we're going to be making a soil sifter so that I can get my compost on my garden. The compost that I made off my grass stuff in my composter is in kind of big clumps, and I don't want to put that on the garden. I want to grind it up a little bit so I can spread it out a little bit more evenly. So I'm going to make a soil sifter. I've got some screen wire. I believe it's 1/4 inch, like rabbit wire, galvanized. Need to make a frame, so we got the wood, we got the saw, and that's coming up next here on North Central. Don't go nowhere. So this is the tote that I'm going to be used to catching my soil in. I need my sifter to be able to sit on the top of it as I'm putting the soil in it, right? So it's easier to grab a hold of and do whatever I want to with the soil inside of it. This is just an 18-gallon or 68-liter tote that I had downstairs that wasn't being used for anything. So I'm going to start using it now. The wood that I'm using is just some scrap pieces of wood that I had. I hope I got enough of it to do it. I don't need something that's going to be real pretty. I just need something that's usable. So the sifter is going to sit on here something like this. Now I've already cut a couple of boards, kind of give an idea of what I'm going to do. This is going to be like this. This is going to be like this. This is going to sit on top like this. Of course, I'm going to have another board underneath of it, another one on top, and then I'm just going to have to fill in kind of the gaps, if you will, with little spare pieces that I have, like so, right? The screen, of course, is going to be sitting in here. It's going to be sitting here to here, and of course underneath these two. And this will be helping to lock it down, and then I can come in here and just sift soil on top of it. So I need to cut a couple more boards this size, and then hopefully I'll have enough scrap pieces just to fill in. So let's get over here to the saw and start cutting some stuff. Alright, so these two pieces are the pieces that I need, and they're different sizes. So I need to cut one more of these, which is really simple. Once you've already got one that you can use cut, you can just use it as a template. You just mark it straight down. I need one more of those. I need one more of these. And it's just like so. So let's go ahead and jump over here to the saw, put these on it, and get these things cut. So when I'm cutting, I'm bringing the saw down to make sure that the blade where it's going to cut is on this side of the line. This right here is going to be the length of my board, and of course this is over here is just going to be a piece of scrap. So I want to get it as close to the blade as I can to where I'm taking that line. So here's a piece of board that I've got with the line on it. This is the piece of board that I just cut, and you can see that I've just taken the line off. Okay, in fact, you can't even see the line on there, so I went just a little bit over, but like I said, it doesn't really matter what it looks like as long as it's usable, and that little tiny bit of difference there isn't really going to matter a whole lot. So I've got two of those boards. Time to cut this one. Alright, so you can see about how it's going to take shape and look. And that's pretty it in a nutshell. Like I said, I'll take smaller pieces in here and just kind of fill in, more or less just to hold the screen down, right? And I think that's going to do nicely. So I'm going to mark a couple holes. I got some screws, so I need to drill. One there, one there, one there, and one here. Once I get the screen in this thing, it'll be a lot more sturdy and stable. So I just need to get my drill and get the drilling. That's it. This is the soil sifter. You'll be able to put soil in here, move it around. It's going to go through the holes into the tote, and all the larger stuff I can grind up, and rocks and stuff like that won't go through, and I can just throw them out so they're not going into my raised beds. Now on this, if you can see right here, you know, the board, the scrap piece that I made wasn't quite long enough, and that's okay. Like I said, it's just got to be functional. It doesn't have to be real pretty. Here on the back side, I just used regular wood screws that were about 1 inch long or so. And let me show you over here on the tote what it looks like. Alright guys, so here's the tote, here's the sifter. This is the bottom of it. I split this wood right here out, so but it's going to be okay. I used just regular wood screws here on the bottom and ended up splitting it out just a little bit. It's going to be just fine. All it's going to do is just hold the screen on there, and these nuts here I got on the bottom are really going to do it. Like I said, functionality, not being pretty. I spaced these bolts out with the nuts on the bottom, where when you put this thing on the tote, if you look, the nuts are on the inside and they're just up against the lips on either side. So that way, whenever I'm here messing with it, it's not sliding all over the place. It's going to stay right there on the tote. Okay, you can use whatever size totes you want, but this is good and solid, and it's going to do me real good. So this is my compost, and as you can see, it's in these big pieces like this, and it could probably dry out a little bit more, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on the sifter and see if I can't grind it some more before I put it back down here to dry another day. It's been out here drying for a couple of days. It's been pretty hot, but the sun has been pretty clouded, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Put about half of this on here, maybe a little less than that. Yeah, a little less than that. Somewhere in there. And now I can just sit here and kind of push it through the grate with my hand. Just trying to bust a lot of these chunks up and keep stuff like this out of my garden. Done, this is what you get. Nice compost that you can put on the garden and just sprinkle it on.